In this video, I'm going to show you all the settings you would need if you want your TPO chart to look like mine. If you don't have your TPO chart set up yet, you want to go to the Quantower logo in the top left, get that drop-down menu, click on TPO chart, and it's going to bring up a TPO chart for you. And you want to make sure that you have it set to ES, and then we can start to make changes on it. Once you have your chart open and you have it set to ES, you want to come over here to aggregation. That's where the first set of settings is going to be. You have 30 minutes, 1 day. You can set this to whatever you like, but sometimes it's going to depend on your data. You want to make sure this custom step is activated and it's set to 1. That's going to make each one of these letters represent 1 tick in the ES. So if you were to set this to 2, it's going to make your profiles squatty and you're not going to see each individual tick. So you want to make sure this is set to 1 here. The next thing is going to be style. So we open this up. Under style, you want this set to letters. You want to use a single color. I use the migrating POC. You can see an example of that here, where we started out here in A, moved to B, C, D, and throughout the profile, we migrated up to this level and ended up here. You want this off, otherwise you're going to see a price representation of the ES going through your chart like this. The next thing is this fixed ratio. You want to make sure that this is turned on. This is going to allow you to zoom in and out of the profile. If you don't have that turned on, your profiles get real distorted and kind of disappear on you. So you want to make sure that you have that checked on. I'm using the Quantower trading platform in these videos. If you want to try it out, you can use the link in the description to get the free version. Plus, they'll give you a free 7-day trial of the full featured version. I'll also link my tutorial videos that'll help you set up your charts if you want them to look like mine. Next, you have the show value area. I have this turned off just because I use the VolumeProfile value area and not the MarketProfile value area. So I usually have this turned off. Next is the show singles. If you have this on, it's going to highlight wherever there's single prints. But I like to turn this off and I like to highlight them myself. Just do something like this. I just like that better than having extra lines on the chart. Under style, there's 2 more settings. You have your midpoint and your initial balance. So the midpoint is just what it sounds like. It's the halfway point in the profile. So right here, you can see this is the midpoint. That's going to migrate throughout the day. If this profile were to extend one way or another, this halfway point will shift with it. The last one is the initial balance, and that's just the range of the first hour of trade. You can see an example of that here. So A period traded here, down to here, B period extended that. So right there is your initial balance. Same thing, A period was here and B was within that, but this is still your initial balance. And then here's another example. A period traded here, B extended that. There's your initial balance. So if you have this turned on, it'll highlight that area with whatever color you're like I have here. You want to make sure that you have both of those last ones turned on, and then you want to go to all settings. That'll bring up this box. Once you're here, you'll notice that we've already went over some of these settings, but this will give you a chance to kind of go over them again. You want this set to letters, single color. This is where you can change the color of your profile. You want this set to fixed width height ratio. You want to uncheck the value area if you want it to be like mine, because again, I use the VolumeProfile value area, not the MarketProfile value area. You want this set to migrating. I'm going to extend the POC until it's intersected. And here's where you can change what you want the POC to look like. So I have mine set to dash. This is the thickness. And here you can change the color of that POC. Scrolling down, this is some of the markers that you can have on your chart. So you want this box checked, and that's going to show your open, which is this white triangle here, and it's going to show your close, which is this white triangle here. And this is the marker that you can have on each session. You can either do none, open, close, or half back. I always have mine on open so I can see where that session opened and traveled from there. I can show you an example of that right here. So this D period opened at this point, and it traveled this entire area, and F opened here, and it traveled this entire area. Same thing, G traveled this entire area. And I color these darker so that I can see them, but they're not in my face. But obviously you can make this any color you like. Moving down, this should be unchecked already unless you want it to show you the singles. I like to highlight them myself, so I leave that unchecked. The midpoint should be checked. You can make it whatever color you like. I don't use this. This is your initial balance, so you want to make sure this box is checked. It should be set to area, 1, hour, and make it whatever color you like. I don't use anything below this because I don't use the VolumeProfile on the TPO chart. I use the VolumeProfile set up in the step profile. There's a video in my tutorials that'll show you how to do that. I'll link that in the description, and then it'll also be at the end of this video. And then down here, I don't use any of this either. Then you want to go into view and make sure that your session template is set up to the split profile. If you don't know how to set this up, there's a video in my tutorials that'll show you exactly how to set it up. What that'll do is take a 24-hour profile and split it up into two parts. So you have your ETH or overnight session here, and then you'll have your regular trading hours over here. At this point, I think the only thing left is if you want the session VWAP to come through your chart like this. So to do that, you want to come down here, click on VWAP. It'll bring up this box. This should be, you want to make sure you turn this on. It should be set to 1 and set this to days. And we click on this gear. It's going to bring up this box. In this box, you want to make sure that you're on VWAP number 1. Make sure that it's activated. It should say current, HLC3. Period should be days. Value will be 1. Your VWAP line, you can make whatever you like. I use the dot. You can make it as thick or as thin as you like. You can make it whatever color you like. Session template can be on none. And you want to show the price marker. And then all of these extensions you want to turn off. Otherwise, it's going to put a lot of extra lines on your chart. And you just close out of this box. You should have a TPO chart that looks like mine. Don't forget about the tutorials. It'll show you how to set up the step profile. And it'll also show you how to split this profile. If you have any questions or problems, just leave them in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe if you want to see more videos on how I trade MarketProfile and VolumeProfile.